holding. Glad to have you along from Rice Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. It's the BYU Cougars and the Utah Utes. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and Holly Rowe keeping an eye on all of the storylines down on the sidelines. Holly?
Thanks, guys. Checking in with BYU's head coach. Coach said his message to the team this week is we have got to play every single game like it's a playoff game. They have done well in the conference so far, and he wants to continue that dominance, but consistency is the key. He keeps telling his team we just have to go 1-0 this week to keep that consistent approach going. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. So the BYU Cougars offense will go on the attack first. The last time these two drew battle lines, it was BYU with the ethereal experience winning a close one.
And BYU took a lot of pride because they wore Utah down in that game, and they know they got to try to do that again in this one.
Yeah, and now Utah's heard about it for a whole year, and all they've thought about is payback and winning the state of Utah.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. He breaks a tackle. Got enough for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Looking for a crease. It's Martin. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Bachmeier. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. Run ends there.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and running to the football.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start, man. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Catches it cleanly at the 20. Makes a move. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. So the Utah Utes offense will now get its first chance with the football. And when you have a corner of this caliber, it gives the defense so many options in the way they can attack. We'll see what they're able to do with this guy. They'll start on the ground with Wayshawn Parker. Hit and stop right there. Not much on that pickup. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback will keep it. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. They've got a 3rd down and manageable from right around midfield. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. The Utes come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to get the corner. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. And is such just inside that right upright. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
And he's not going to take the touchback. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. They're going to need to get something started, finding themselves in a 3-0 hole. Oh, man, he goes down, and he's going to lose yardage on that one. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Follows his blocks. It's Martin. Down he goes.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Fields the punt. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Starting in 1971, the Beehive Boot was established to determine the best team from the state of Utah. The boot itself, estimated to be well over 100 years old.
Man, this is one of the most physical college football games I think we see each and every year, David. And this game's been referred to the holy war between BYU and Utah, but this game almost feels like an NFL matchup because of the size and the physicality these two teams play with.
And Jesse, that's a great breakdown, and I agree with the NFL talent and all that stuff, but let's get back to the boot. 100-year-old boot. Like, that's what the prize is. How bad do you think that thing smells?
They don't need a bunch on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Dampier. Right side, it's Parker. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And the Utes come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. Push is ahead. Working their way closer and closer, a 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Solid run on the last play gives this offense another 1st down. Fresh set of downs going up top. Unloads to the right. It's dropped after taking the hit.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing an incompletion.
Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. Snap in the shotgun. Oh, pressure's coming. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he's in! Touchdown, Utes!
And the offense gets 7 on that drive, and I tell you what, man, like, they got 3, they got some good momentum going, continued the momentum, creating some big plays. Palmer, this offense feels like right now, early in this football game, that they're in control, that they know what they want to do, and the defense is reeling a little bit.
Yeah, the defense needs a stop bad the next time they come out. They've got to go back. They've got to get on the iPads. They got to take a look at what this offense is doing to attack them because they do look like they're on their heels right now. Obviously giving up a field goal early, but now a touchdown. The next time they take the field, they absolutely need a stop.
And he puts through the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. They'll run the RPO and fire right. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to throw. It's Bachmeier. Turns it upfield. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39 to pick up a 15. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. There's not a screen big enough to list all the memorable moments from this rivalry, but here are a few of them. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Fresh center downs going to the air. They're all over it. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. 2nd and long here. Gonna look downfield again. This time he's got it. He's brought down, stopped right at the 50-yard line.
All right, and it all starts with the Big Bear. I mean, first of all, when your name is Bear, you're cooler than everyone else. But when you saw him come in as a freshman a year ago, big, strong, everybody debated his weight. Is he 220? Is he 230? Probably closer to 250. And you watched him as a freshman make play after play with his legs, throwing the football. Palmer, this is a guy, man, in this offense, in this system, he takes another step, and he's better passing the ball through the air. You better watch out for BYU.
I think you're right. I think expectations are a lot different in Provo this year because of what you just said. I think Bear Bachmeier kind of came out of nowhere a year ago, and all of a sudden you blinked, and they were 8-0, and at the end of the year they're playing the Big 12 championship game. He was just a freshman. He's had an outstanding offseason. The coaching staff already says he's digesting more of the playbook. They're going to be able to open it up a little bit more. He's going to play with more confidence, and if he stays healthy, BYU can win the conference and reach the playoff.
To the air, it's Bachmeier. Here comes the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quick give. It's Martin. Can't get him to the ground. Swapped immediately.
I think the offensive coordinators over there going, thank goodness we don't play them every week. This defense has been suffocating. This offense got to find something moving forward that they can hang their hat on, some kind of identity. Today they were shut down, but listen, there's a game next week, right? Like,
snags it, and he will score. Touchdown, Cougars.
man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback, finding the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest, walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
PAT unit on the field. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes on a 35-yard pass for 6. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. They want to run this quarterback. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. The Utes send out the punt unit, getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And now this offense will take the field again. Looking for a gap. It's Martin. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. Turns it upfield. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on third down. Flip it out to the back on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Trying to get started. He'll be brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what that one's about.
Personal foul. Looking to kick.
They make fun of kickers saying they don't have to worry about contact, but they do in situations like that. This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Grabbed behind the line. It's Bachmeier. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Plenty of options here. Run or pass on 3rd down right around midfield. A quick completion to the left. Looking for the 1st down. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. On the return. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Leaves it with the back. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. After the 9-yard pickup on 1st down, here's 2nd and 1. Right back to it. Sees a crease. There he goes. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. And the Utes, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Fires left. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. This clash dates all the way back to the late 1800s and is carried on through days of independence, changes in conference affiliation, but the constant is pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Quarterback's got to get rid of the ball. That sack's on him, not the O-line. 3rd down coming. Drops back. It's Stampier. Fires complete on the crosser. He gets inside the 40 to the 39, but he is still well short of that 1st down marker. It'll be 4th down. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. Splits the uprights from 56, and he's got 3 on the board.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play. The Cougars will use their first timeout here. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play after picking up the first. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. BYU lines up quickly.
And, man, guys, we talked about this guy coming into the game, right? He is good, and he can catch the football. He can make plays. That's his first target on the day. And I think the defense is just as surprised as we are, but the offense definitely got to get this guy more involved.
Running inside, it's Martin. He's past the marker. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to pass, it's Bachmeier. Look out! Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. He'll throw on 3rd down. Under pressure. And that one's way too far for everybody. On 4th down, they'll try to get something out of this drive before the end of the half. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Never a doubt. The lead is down to a field goal.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. There's some daylight, and he's able to get some positive yardage before he's brought down, and that'll bring us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
One of the biggest days of the college football season, and we've got you covered here from the EA Sports Studios in Orlando. The first game we'll take a look at will be Duke, taking on the NC State Wolfpack. And it's the Blue Devils, hoping that clock hits zeros while they're still in front. A victory today would move them to 7-2 and catapult this team forward as they make their stretch run. Now let's take a peek at some of the other contests around the country, games that promise to have an impact on the standings. Now back to your game at Rice-Eccles Stadium. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that, let's send it back to our guys in the booth to see how the battle between Utah and BYU plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Just about set to get this second half underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. What did they talk about at halftime, Holly?
I caught up with the Utes head coach coming out of the locker room. He wanted to remind his team that they have been in moments like this before. They lost last time these 2 teams played, and they want to build on that experience and make a different outcome this time around. He told them, we have got to be focused and meet the moment, have even more energy, because this rivalry game is what energy is all about. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Powers inside. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down. Long way to go on second down. From the gun, running back on the move. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. The Utes are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver going in motion. Play action on first down. Got his man on the right. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. The run inside. It's Brake. Enough to move the chains. Might have a chance. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
And this is exactly how you want to draw it up if you're an offensive coach. Later in the game, you start to get in the second half, and you've got the lead, and you can be the more physical team. It's really hard for somebody to come back. This defense has got to come up with a stop. They got to get more physical right now in this football game, or it's going to get out of hand.
Couldn't set his feet.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
They'll snap it from the 28 in field goal range, but it's third and short. Moving the pocket, it's Dampier. Makes the grab. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. Now on fourth down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. Snaps it, and he has to have it. And down he goes. A sack on fourth down, and the defense gets the football back. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Buckmeyer. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes second and 8. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Finds his man. It's Casper. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. This is why Rice-Eccles is one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Try to get your third down conversion in the midst of this. Gets rid of it. Got his man. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
I think the biggest reason why this team is trailing the way they are is they haven't been able to stay on the field. They've had no success on third down up to this point. Way too many punts, but that time they finally get it done. That's about as good of timing that I think we've seen from the quarterback and his intended target so far in the passing game. And it came at a point where they needed it the most.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. And the Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. From the gun, breaks the tackle. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. They got nothing on the last play. It's second and 10. A fake and wants to throw. He's got an open man. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Cougars go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Sells to run, looking to pass. Throwing right. Caught. Touchdown, Cougars. And that one will put them up here in the second half.
Oh, man, and the quarterback knew exactly where he was going with this football at the pre-snap. He saw the matchup he liked, and he took advantage of it.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. down the middle. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Hits inside, it's Bray. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Setting up the screen. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple. Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. And he can't grab the bullet pass on 3rd down.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
He's brought down, not a lot of room to take that one back. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Gets enough for the 1st down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the 3rd quarter. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short. Teams want to make their move in the rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Hands it off. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1. The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain. BYU with the 1st and 10. Sells the run, lost the pass. Had to get rid of it quickly. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Sets his feet. It's Bachmeier. Left side, it's Bachmeier. They'll wrestle him down just short of the 1st down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Trying to slip through and pick it up. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. He gets a hand on it. It's blocked. He's going to scoop it up.
And they had been practicing this all week long. They saw something on film that made them think they could overload them on the right-hand side, and they were able to get back there to block that kick.
So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Rush right in his face, and he avoids the sack.
And this is going to fall on the quarterback's shoulders here in the 4th quarter. You're trailing. It's a close game. You are going to have to complete some balls. You're going to have to make some big-time throws in small windows under duress if you're going to bring your team back and will them to victory. Incomplete there, obviously, but expect them to continue to throw it. This quarterback better dial in.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Out wide left, it's Nakua. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Snap it to the back. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
They don't need a bunch on second down. Looking to throw, it's Bachmeier. Back's got it on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Third and long coming up. Off-play action. Rushes on. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Drops back on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Just had to get rid of.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Second down, gonna throw it. Fires to the wideout. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 ball.
He's going for it all. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. And the Utes will send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Trying to take it back. There he goes. Open it up. Oh, what a caught. A huge return there. Steps out of bounds, but man, did he put his team in great position. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. You get field position like this, and you're not likely to punt the way they did the last time they had the ball.
Yeah, great job by the defense, setting them up in an opportunity to get some points on the board quickly.
This is an opportunity you've got to capitalize on this field position. You must come away with points here if you're on offense.
Oh, pressure's coming. And they got it.
And defensive coaches talk about it all the time, winning first down. And what that does for a defense, they win first down, they force second and long, they're ready for it. Nice job rushing the passer, getting the sack, and now putting them in an even more...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And that ball will sail into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Utah offense to get this drive started. There's a reason you drag the record books to the recycle bin in a rivalry game. Upsets, and we've got one looming. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Well, the QB knew coming into this one it was going to be tough. They have a lot of athletes on the back end, but today, guys just not able to separate. Accuracy hasn't always been perfect, and as a result, they've got another ball getting knocked away for an incompletion.
Dropping back, it's Dampier. Throws to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Cougar! And they turn it into a defensive score. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Utah has it back and the offense coming onto the field. Incomplete, and they fought for it, but it just squirted harmlessly to the ground. Second and long here. He wants to throw it. Going deep. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Touchdown, BYU! How about this defense taking one back to the house? This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job, not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
So the Utes are ready to begin this drive on offense. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down. Back to throw. It's Dampier. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left.
This offense is going to have to get more aggressive, right? They can't take many more shots short down the field and not getting gains. They've got to keep their foot on the gas. They've got to take some shots, work the middle of the field, but make some big plays down a couple possessions.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The Utes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Back to pass on second down. Throws to the tight end. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Snaps it, and he has to have it. He'll take a deep shot here. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 20. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field. Wow, you just don't see that a lot. Pass interference negating a pick six. What a costly penalty. Wants to throw on first. They'll run the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Long way to go on second down. Back to pass, and he'll have to push it downfield. And they can't make the connection.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drop.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. And, guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Fires to the wideout. And it's caught, but he's stopped short, and you have to get the route past the marker on fourth down. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Keeps it himself. Ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
And I tell you what, man, the defense really needed a play. They had to have something go right. Down by 2 possessions, they do what they haven't done in this football game. They forced the turnover. Now set their offense up to hopefully get right back in this football game.
Timeout called by the Utes. That's their first. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Got it in the middle. It's Parker. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The offense uses a timeout. 15 seconds left to play. Second down to the air. Throws to the wideout. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Makes a grab. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. After this, it'll be a wrap. Fresh set of downs going up top. Going for it all. And that pass is incomplete. They were going for the consolation touchdown, but to no avail, and that's going to do it for this one. Coming out with the victory in the Holy War, it is the Cougars of BYU. That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.